turn the music up. I got my records on. I shut the world.
I love Coldplay. I'm so excited. I'm going to see them in concert. I can't wait.
Are you? When are they coming?
They're coming in August. And I have Section 5 at the U.S. Bank Stadium, and I think it's like row 3.
Awesome.
And it's supposed to be really good seats, so I'm very excited.
I was just
Taking
going to
a good friend of mine.
well, yeah, I can give my selfish plug. There's a lot of really great concerts coming this summer, but I'm traveling on the road with the Bald Eagle water ski shows. So
Are you really?
My summer is booked. So yeah, you can check us out on Facebook too. Thank you. Yeah, I've been doing it for 23 years. One of these years I gotta.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Thanks for the plug.
Wow.
Yeah, you can check it out on Facebook.
So
It's
do you water ski too?
Bald Eagle water ski shows. I do not water ski. I have the voice for the water ski shows. We have a lot of talented skiers, but we do pyramids, jumping, barefooting, trick skiing, long lines of ballet girls, and so I am the show announcer. So I try to entertain the crowd and facilitate the show. It's a lot easier when the skiers are on their game because then I have to do less talking. But I always say it's a volunteer organization. So, we go to different cities and towns and, so we'll be the main attraction at Waterama Days in Glenwood. And so the city pays for our team to be there, but all of us on the team are volunteers. And so we're always looking for additional skiers. I mean, if you're interested in being a part of water ski team, we love it. But my one little plug I always say is we're fully staffed in the announcing department. So,
I was just about to offer my services.
If you want to water ski, work on the dock, drive a boat, be involved in any aspect, even sound, just not on the microphone because I don't know that I'm really ready to share the stage yet.
Oh,
but they also, it's kind of funny when I was gone a couple years ago and I went to Italy for the summer. I would never want to climb on shoulders and do pyramid. I'm like, are these people nuts? I mean, they're going behind boats at 50 miles an hour. They're climbing on shoulders, 20 feet in the air. And I'm thinking I'd be terrified. And they're like, are you kidding me? To get up and talk in front of 3,000, 5,000 people? Are you nuts? They'd be terrified. So it really is a good mix because nobody wants to do all this, the public speaking and the announcing for the show. And I do not want to get on skis and climb or anything.
Do you know that I've always, this whole time, when you first told me that you were involved with that, I thought you were one of the skiers. And I'm like, how does she do that?
I know.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, there are girls my age in the class. I mean, I know it's so funny, too, because I'll go on a date or I'll tell somebody and I think that I'm this amazing athlete. Like, wow, you're on a water ski show. You must be awesome. And I'm like, yeah, the show is really awesome. I didn't say I was, I am a part of the show. I don't exactly, if somebody asks what my role is in the show, of course, I will divulge. But I was a water skier growing up, but... yeah, life and old age has gotten in the way. But my brother is 52, and he is in the show, and he's probably one of the best skiers we have on our team.
So there's men and women that water ski in the show.
Yeah, the guys.
I just assumed it was all women.
Well,
I don't know why.
You better come out and watch a show, Dawn, every Thursday night at 7 o'clock in Centerville.
Oh, really?
So check out Bald Eagle water ski shows, and your kids would love it. It's really a lot of fun. Kids love it. It's a free show that it's everywhere we go, whether it's in the cities or on our Thursday night shows. It's a totally free show, and it's open. It's great. It lasts about an hour and a half, and I think I'm pretty entertaining.
I know what I'm doing tonight.
Oh, that is so cool.
No, not tonight. It's raining. We're still practicing. Next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
You can come next Thursday. Yeah, I should give that disclaimer. But okay, well, enough about me. Thanks for letting me divulge and talk about me, my favorite subject.
And what are your hidden talents? Now we know hers.
I grew up overseas, so I'm completely bilingual Spanish and English.
Oh my gosh, that's really cool. And I bet that's extremely helpful for where you work.
It is, exactly. Especially when we're working with immigrant populations, low to moderate income buyers, I suppose that makes a nice segue into what we're talking about with homeownership advising and homeownership counseling. All of these services available in just about any language. We have counselors on staff who speak Hmong, Spanish, Khmer, Russian, lots of different languages. And if someone comes in and that language just isn't spoken by one of the counselors, we'll actually provide interpreter services for the consumer so that they don't have to pay for that either. And so that their 10 and 8, 9, 10-year-old son doesn't have to translate for mom and dad as well. We want to make sure people are getting full information on that. So that was a nice segue there.
That's really nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Almost like I'm a professional.
Yeah, well, right, and you do speak beautiful Spanish, Ed. I've heard you. So, but one question that I had, we talk a lot about home ownership. Obviously, Dawn and I, and are kind of on the buy side for people, and but unfortunately, we've had people who suffered a loss of their home due to foreclosure, modifications, and we get a lot in short sales and so forth. And we feel like we've really come back. I know, again, when David Arbit was here, shared the statistics of how much foreclosure rates have dropped in short sales. I'm sure, Jason, I know, was a big REO agent. And
I used to do a lot of short sales personally, too. And now I just got a request for one, and We'll see.
So on that
It's a
point
lot
then,
of work.
Ed, so what is, so of course we always want education and so forth, but
Yep.
what resources are available for that education for that person who didn't know, who didn't have that education, or just fell victim to the market and has had a foreclosure short sale modification? I mean, are they doomed? Is it forever? And how do they, avoid getting into that again? What kind of resources are out there?
I'm going to divide your question into two answers. Number one, if someone is facing that issue right now, our network of homeownership advisors offers free foreclosure prevention counseling in the state of Minnesota. And that's available to anyone on
Wow.
their primary residence, just to talk through what their options are so that they know what the process is, what can the bank do, what can they not do, what can I do to avoid foreclosure?
Is this
And we have
anybody or
anyone.
income restricted?
No, there's no income minimums or maximums. Once
Okay.
again, on this, it does have to be their primary residence. So
Okay.
if they're losing the lake home, second property, unless they live at the lake home, wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
But it does have to be their primary residence. And so we'll help work with consumers. Our network of counselors, our homeownership advisors that work on foreclosure prevention are the best in the country. 60% of the people who come in for foreclosure avoidance services in the state of Minnesota avoid foreclosure. 60%
great.
avoid
Wow.
foreclosure. So that's the first half. If someone's facing that issue right now, it's kind of sad to talk about divorce when we're talking about marriage counseling, but
Right.
we just so that people know that service is available and it's free for everyone in the state of Minnesota. But then take the second half of your question there, more one of what happens if it happened to someone in the past. And we are seeing huge numbers of consumers that are coming back into homeownership. I think a lot of times when people first go through the process of foreclosure, there's two things that go through their mind. One, I am never doing this again. I never want to feel this again. I never want to feel this way. I never want to be in this situation again. And number two, the other thought is, it's done. I'll never be a homeowner again. And neither of those two statements are true. The foreclosure is not the end of the world. It may feel like it when you're going through it, but it's not the end of the world, and it's not the end of your homeownership opportunities as well. There are lots of programs nowadays that can get people back into homeownership fairly quickly. 2, 3, 4 years, they may be able to come back into homeownership, make proper decisions, correct decisions, do it right this time, or maybe they're now gainfully employed. The vast majority of the people who we now see in foreclosure prevention services, it's not the loan product that has anything at all to do with their current situation. It's an income issue. We always say life happens. Sometimes
Right.
there's car accidents, sometimes divorce happens, families fall apart. There's no shame in coming in for foreclosure avoidance or foreclosure prevention assistance. But also, if it's something you did go through in the past, sit down once again with one of our homeownership advisors and learn what's in place now to get you back into homeownership and in a stable environment, making sure that you're doing it right.
Right. And that's so important. I think, like you said, too, there might be some feelings of maybe shame or guilt, people that are going through it, but just call and get your questions answered. Like you said,
Yeah.
I know that divorce situation is really tough on people, or separate, or even medical issues,
Yes.
and what do I do? And you hear all these stories, people just draining their 401ks and savings to
it
survive.
breaks my heart
and it's like,
where people make decisions thinking I'm going to do this on my own. I can,
Right.
especially during the foreclosure crisis. Even today, foreclosures were front page news for a decade. Even today, there's still a lot of shame that is involved in that in that situation where people just, I don't know where to turn for help. I don't know. I've always done this myself. I've always been completely independent. I can do this on my own. We want you to know you don't have to do this on your own.
Right.
And sometimes trying to go it on your own can actually make the situation worse. When I hear that people have drained their 401k in order to try and hold on to a property, it breaks my heart. There are other things that can be done. And sometimes, sadly, it may just not be in your best interest to even try and hold on to that home. Use
Right.
Minnesota's extremely generous foreclosure process timeline
Yeah.
to find alternative housing. Those are the kind of things that counselors can sit down with you and help you understand, either on the front end if you're thinking about buying a home, or if you're struggling to make those payments. We're here to help.
Right, good stuff.
Great information.
HOCMN, Homeownership Center, Minnesota. So thanks so much, Ed Nelson. It was
Thank
a
you for
pleasure
having
to
me.
Yeah, thanks for
be with you
coming.
here again today.
And
Thanks,
thank
everybody.
you, Stephanie, for being here,
it's my
too.
pleasure. Thank you. I'm Stephanie Havel with Wells Fargo Home Mortgage.
I'm Dawn Eldridge with Remax Results.
And remember to love
Love
yourself
yourself
and
and
love
love
others.
others.